Hello, students, and welcome to today's session. This is Amirash, and I welcome you to Sprint Revision Series for Class 10 Biology Chapter Life Processes. And today is the very first session of this amazing brand new series, in which the topic that we'll be dealing with is nutrition, which is a very important topic from both perspectives. So let's get started. First, let's see what are the topics in life processes. So you know there are four topics with us. They are nutrition, respiration, transportation, and excretion. So in today's session, we'll be doing nutrition. Clear? So before that, have a look at the schedule over here, the biology schedule. Today is 22nd November. We are doing nutrition. 24th is respiration. 26th is transportation, and 29th is your excretion. All videos at 7 p.m. So please note this. Okay, everyone. So I hope you'll have a note of it. Right? So do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's start then. Before starting, we have a very positive quote for positivity, for motivation for you to read it. Work hard, dream big, and never give up. Because there will be challenges in your life, but you have to face them. You don't have to give up and continue working, right? Okay, first question on your screen. During photosynthesis, atmospheric carbon dioxide is dashed to carbohydrates. So your atmospheric CO2 is something to carbohydrates. What is that? Is it oxidized to, reduced to, neutralized to, burnt to? So we know burnt and neutralized are not the answer. Confusion can be in oxidized, reduced. But the answer is reduced. Reduction happens of CO2 into carbohydrates, which is synthesized in the form of glucose and stored in the form of starch. These are two other important multiple choice questions that I have told you. Synthesized in the form of glucose, stored in the form of starch during photosynthesis. So we are talking about atmospheric CO2. I guess this color might be more visible, CO2, right? Clear? Question 2. A few drops of iodine solution were added to oats porridge, okay? The solution turned blue-black in color. This indicates that oats porridge contains complex proteins, simple proteins, fats, or starch. Very easy. We have to complete this within 45 seconds. Quickly, we can complete. Done? Yes, starch. Whenever you hear blue-black color, it means it has starch. Sorry, I have done fats. Just a second. Um, Yeah, so basically it contains starch whenever they are giving you iodine solution, because iodine solution is the test for presence of starch. If starch is present and it shows a blue-black color. So its porridge basically has carbohydrates, so it contains starch. Let's move on. Which of the following equations is the summary of photosynthesis? Summary means basically they are talking about the equation, the correct equation. You need to find out the correct equation from the following. So can you find it? Yes, I'm giving you 10 seconds quickly. Just go through it properly. Okay, I hope you must have gone through it, and now I'm gonna tell you the solution. You just have 45 seconds. I hope you must have done within 45 seconds. So just try to understand over here. First says 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives us C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2O. But here sunlight and chlorophyll, these two are not mentioned. So without them photosynthesis is not possible. Eliminated. Now 6CO2 plus H2O plus sunlight gives us this C6H12O6 plus O2 plus 6H2O. So this is not balanced at all, and in H2O2 is over here at the top, which indicates that it is wrong. It is incorrect. So this has been eliminated again. Next 6CO2 plus 12H2O plus chlorophyll plus sunlight gives us C6H12O6 plus 6O2 plus 6H2. This is the correct one, right? And this one and this one, you'll see that it's totally the same. Just over here you have 6CO2, which makes it wrong, because oxygen is the byproduct. What is the byproduct? Oxygen is the byproduct of photosynthesis, right? Clear? So the answer becomes C. Next, I think I will have to, is it visible? I think not. I will have to become. Where should I place myself? Chalo. I am disappearing for some time. So understand this question, what this question is trying to say. The table below shows the pH value of digestive juices and their site of action. Select their respective substrates from the given options. So some options have been given and you have to select their respective substrates. So digestive juice over here, gastric juice, saliva, intestinal juice. pH value is this, site of action is this. So you need to find their digestive substrates, means the proteins, carbs, or fats. So what you're able to see over here, here you have gastric juice. pH is given to stomach. So what do you think? Which protein must, which, I've told you the answer, which substrate should be associated? Proteins and carbs, carbs and fats and proteins and fats. See, gastric juice is secreted by the in the stomach basically, right? So in the stomach you have only and only pepsin, right, which breaks proteins, basically which digests proteins. So in the options, only in D options you have protein. So this is the correct answer. All the other three are wrong. Even you can confirm B, saliva. pH value is this, mouth. So this is carbohydrates definitely, and intestinal juice. That is basically in the small intestine, carbs, fats, proteins. Yes, trypsin, lipase, and amylase. So the answer becomes D. That was pretty easy. Proteins, carbohydrates, carbs, fats, and proteins. I hope this is very, very clear. Let's move on. Match the following. So we need to match the following. So salivary amylase is what? Starch. Yes. Plasmodium, it's a parasite. Pepsin is protein digestion. Esophagus is food pipe. So A should be 3. So B gets eliminated in this way. B should be 4. So B is 2, B2. So answer is C. This was pretty easy. Then we have C2 and D1. Pepsin, protein digestion, and esophagus as food pipe. So this was again easy. Now let's move on to some assertion reasoning questions. Assertion says liver produces bile juice which helps in digestion of fats. Okay. Reason says bile juice has enzymes lipase which digests fats. So basically bile juice doesn't have any enzyme, right? So reason becomes false. Assertion is true, reason is false. I would like to remove a word over here. Instead of digestion, we can write emulsification. Basically, the fats are not digested, they are broken down so that it can be easily digested by the enzyme lipase. That is why. Okay. Next, assertion. Salivary amylase contains, saliva contains enzyme pepsin. Wrong. Pepsin digests protein in the stomach. Right. Assertion is false, reason is true. Easy. Okay, now a case is given. I would not like to read. It will be a waste of time. Case is just for the hint that from where this extract has been taken from. So you can read if you want, but I'm not reading right now. Let's move on. Heterotrophic nutrition involves what? Production of simple sugar from inorganic compounds, utilization of chemical energy to prepare food, obtain energy directly or indirectly from plants, all of these. Number one point in heterotrophic nutrition is that the organism cannot make its own food. So production and utilization to prepare food eliminated, answer becomes C. Direct answer. How much time we took? 1 second. Hardly 1 second. Right? Let's move on. In which of the following groups of organisms food material is broken outside the body and absorbed? Outside the body means it's talking about saprotrophic nutrition. Okay, saprotrophic nutrition. So mushroom, green plants, amoeba, not at all holozoic. Amoeba is holozoic and they are, mushroom is also basically not, mushroom is there, but green plants and amoeba, they are not saprotrophic, right? Yeast, mushroom, bread mold, paramecium, amoeba, cascata, no, cascata, lice, tapeworm. They are basically parasitic, so the answer becomes B, yeast, mushroom, and bread mold. They are saprotrophic. Clear? Okay, question 10, the last question. Which of the following is an example of a parasite? Parasite, how did I tell you how to remember? By the host. They are dependent upon a host. So is it yeast, tapeworm, amoeba, or earthworm? Too easy. Yeast is saprotrophic. Amoeba is holozoic, earthworm is also holozoic, tapeworm is the answer. So we have been able to finish it But before signing off, I have a homework question for you, and its answer you have to let me know in the comments. Definitely, you can do that. In what form do plants store their carbohydrates which are not used immediately? In what form? So you need to let me know. I'm not giving the options because it's very easy. So we are done with nutrition. How much time it took? 10 minutes? In 10 minutes, we've completed one portion of 10 questions in 10 minutes. Wow, what an achievement. 10 questions in 10 minutes, right? Is it 10 minutes? Yes, 10 questions, 10 minutes. So 10 questions from respiration, 10 from transportation, 10 from expiration. So 40 most important questions you are getting. Are you able to understand within 40 minutes? That's an achievement that we've achieved, right? So thank you so much for attending the session. Now it's time to say goodbye. Bye bye.